to go. Here's Jacobs on the quarterback sneak, and he finds a hole, but he fumbles, and Argonauts recover on the Winnipeg 19.
A dramatic climax to the first overtime Grey Cup game.
McQuaid, sweeping left, slips, fumbles the ball. Reggie Holmes recovers for Calgary.
Hello, Canada, and welcome to another edition of Grey Cup Classics. Coming up, it's 1977. The Grey Cup game being played at Montreal's Olympic Stadium for the very first time. And the matchup featured the hometown Alouettes taking on the Edmonton Eskimos as these teams were meeting in the Grey Cup game for the third time in 4 years. However, this was a game unlike any other as Mother Nature played a major factor. Because with heavy snow for 2 days prior to the game, the stadium crew put some salt on the field to help melt the snow. Good idea. But then as the temperatures dropped the next day, the melted snow turned to a nearly unplayable sheet of ice. Both teams saw their Grey Cup just slip sliding away until Montreal came up with a staple for their success. Literally, it was a staple. Many staples, as the Owls just punched them into their shoes looking to get some traction. The game became known as the Ice Bowl. The 1977 Grey Cup game here on ESPN Classic.
This is Rhino from his 5. And dives his way through about the 28-yard line. That is where the Montreal Alouette offensive unit will put it into play as David Boone was down very quickly to trip up the Montreal kickoff returner. It was a 65-yard boot, Mike, and a good return.
Here's a look at David Boone. You'll see the treacherous field conditions as well. He eludes that one block very smartly, comes into the play. Tremendous work by this fine defensive end. He's actually the one who upset Rhino, but very treacherous footing on that field.
Well, you notice that treacherous field as Horace Belton gets out from the 28 to about the 31. Ron Este, number 55, the right defensive end, along with Dave Fennell, 65, there to make the stop. The gain is about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 Montreal, who line up this way. John O'Leary, number 30, Horace Belton, 35, are the 2 setbacks. Larry Smith, 36, and Peter Dallariva, 74, are the wingbacks. Wade dropped the ball. Montreal gets it back. Wade himself able to fall on the pigskin. Bill Stevenson was there to cover him, number 62, the defensive tackle of the Eskimos. So, as we suggested off the top, field conditions will be a factor. We've noticed it on the first 2 plays.
I'll tell you this, Edmonton defense, give them a tremendous amount of credit. A lot of people have suggested the Alouettes are the top defense in the country because they've allowed fewest points. No defense has allowed fewer yards than the Edmonton Eskimos, and they're not giving much up to Montreal in the early going.
Sonny Wade stands inside his 15-yard line for the first punt of the ball game to either Highbaugh or Butler. High, not too deep. Butler to his own 40-yard line and is pinned at that point. Down very quickly was Gary Chow, number 26. The punt of 46 yards was covered extremely well by that Alouette unit, and the return was just 2. So we'll set up that Edmonton offensive alignment for you as you look at the Montreal sidelines. Gary Chow, the man who was down quickly, number 26 standing there, but Bruce Lemmerman comes out to direct the Edmonton offense with Strickland and Germany, 31 and 25 respectively, in motion. Lemmerman throws, no good for Warrington, got his hands on it but couldn't squeeze it. Chuck Zapak was over there covering on the play. Sonny Wade on the Montreal sidelines, and Marv Levy has suggested he wants to go most of the way with Wade, but he has no hesitation. If he doesn't get it moving, Joe Barnes will be there.
Well, Lemmerman obviously aware of that Montreal rush. He was just trying to hit quickly to Warrington, but good job by Zapak falling off from his linebacking spot.
2nd and 10 Edmonton from their 41-yard line. Lemmerman puts it up for Stu Lang. It is picked off by Perry. And Vern Perry, as he did 9 times this year, grabs the interception interception for Montreal. The Alouettes have the ball in Edmonton territory at the Eskimo 46.
The Alouettes lined up defensively, gave the appearance as if they were going to blitz. Lemmerman in his drop seemed to be very conscious of it, tried to read man-to-man, and just lofted that ball to the intended receiver, but not even close to him. Good job by Perry, just hanging out into the deep flat.
First down, Alouettes. The ball at the Eskimo 46. Slipping down was Horace Belton on the little makeup call. Wade throws incomplete. And Frank Rigney, let's take a look at that.
Well, Pat, we had some real problems with the machine right there, but we had great pressure by Dan Kepley coming up the middle on Sonny Wade, making him hurry that throw.
You know, I find, Frank and Pat, that the field conditions are not only bothering the running backs, bothering the quarterbacks an awful lot and trying to set up. They just don't seem to have good, firm stands when they try to release the ball. As a result, we're getting quite a few balls thrown over the heads of the intended receivers.
It is 2nd and 10, Montreal from the Edmonton 46. Wade looking for Gaddis. It's picked off by Holloman. Holloman gets it back to the Eskimo 25-yard line as Jerry DiTilio cut him down at that point. But a big play by Joe Holloman to turn it around for the Eskimos.
Well, we expected the defenses to be prominent. Bob Gaddis was just trying to find an open area. Holloman laying back. There was the quarterback overthrowing the intended receiver once again. I still feel field conditions are responsible for an awful lot of this, but nonetheless, a very alert defensive play by Joe Holloman.
So it is a first down. Eskimos at their 35-yard line. Strickland gets out over the 35 to above the 38. His gain will be 3 as Marvin Davis, number 66, was there to haul him down for the Alouettes. So the gain is 4, make it 2nd and 6 for the Eskimos, and we are still looking for our initial first down of this ball game. A couple of early turnovers, both on pass thrown by the offensive units that were picked off, and there was another one very close to doing the same was Dickie Harris as Lemmerman was looking for John Konahowski.
Dan, that's a dangerous area. Dickie Harris, one of the great cornerbacks. He's only had 3 interceptions this year, but that's because they don't threaten him too much. They just don't go in that area.
Marv Levy, what a job he did with the Alouettes. They won 11 games this year. That's the best record since 1954. Dickie Harris and Randy Rhino drop back to receive this punt from Hank Olisic on 3rd and 10 Eskimos. And he just got it away. Good punt, though. This is Rhino. And he is down immediately at the Montreal 35-yard line by Tom Towns. A 38-yard boot by Olisic with 0 return. Well, we don't have any score. We're just underway in the opening quarter of Grey Cup 77.
People who don't like the taste of vegetable cocktails probably haven't tried my Mott's Garden cocktail. Take it from me, Mother Nature. It's got a garden fresh taste that's zesty, smooth, and surprisingly delicious. So let's hear it for great taste. Don't leave me hanging. Mott's Garden cocktail. 2 servings of veggies never tasted so good.
As your accountant, I have to ask, do you pick the money up after you throw it at the camera?
No.
Oh, you might want to try that. You'd have a lot more disposable income.
Here's another money-saving tip from Taco Bell. The new Why Pay More menu has favorites like our 99-cent hard taco and lots more. Why pay more? Think outside the bun. Or try them in the Big Bell box meal.
Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble.
What if today you just worked at feeling better? Get Benylin. Feel better. Take a Benylin day.
Hi, I'm Dave, technician at Speedy Glass.
Do you see this chip? Just one big bump and it could turn into a crack.
It's best to call Speedy Glass as soon as a stone chip appears.
We can replace your windshield, but most of the time, we can repair it. We inject a special resin, and in about 30 minutes, it's virtually invisible, and your windshield is as sturdy as new. What's more, if you have glass coverage, repairs are usually free. Act now. Call us at 1-888-SPEEDY-8.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
Well, I just finished talking to Sonny Wade, and Sonny tells me that what happened out there was simply this. He said the ball is so slippery, the center can't even get the ball up to him. So he said he didn't even touch the ball on that last fumble. Okay, Pat.
First down, Montreal at the Edmonton 38. Again, Wade drops the ball. A flag goes down. The Eskimos have recovered, but let's see what the flag is about. The Montreal defensive unit comes out onto the field. I'm sure it'll be a procedure call against the Alouettes. There it is. Illegal procedure. The call against Montreal, of course, declined. Bill Stevenson recovering the ball for the Eskimos.
There's another look at it. Again, the bad exchange. 5 turnovers now in just a little more than 7 minutes of football. We knew there were going to be mistakes. There had to be in these weather conditions, or more properly stated, field conditions.
Well, it's first down, Edmonton at the Eskimo 40. Lemmerman puts it in the air, way over the head of the intended receiver, John Konahowski. And again, it was Vern Perry providing the defensive coverage. As you see now, the Eskimos changing footwear. They'll try anything, of course, to see if they can get some. Ron Este, you're watching right now, changing his footwear. See if they can get some grip on this field, which literally is like a skating rink.
Well, you recall that the Eskimos took this in the first quarter because they felt they'd have better traction. It appears to me that they're trying to take advantage of it by relying quite heavily on the passing game and trying to break somebody deep.
Lemmerman gets it away. Flag goes down as Dickie Harris makes the interception for the Alouettes.
That could be offensive interference against George McGowan. That was the intended receiver. Dickie Harris had him played well. Thanks to Kenny Nielsen, we have a good look right now at George McGowan trying to get open. Dickie Harris had it all the way. Certainly there couldn't have been any interference on that.
Well, that's a total now.
Excuse me, Pat, from our end zone camera, Lemmerman not really under a lot of pressure, but Harris, a dangerous man to work against, and he was equal to it.
The ball is right at midfield. First down, Alouettes. Wade goes. The catch is made by Gaddis for the first down inside the 30-yard line. And he's drilled to the turf by Dan Kepley. Well, that tells you something about Kepley's range anyway. I'm not sure that he should have been 27 yards back.
Good distribution of receivers. Larry Smith was short on that same sideline. Gaddis a little deeper, and they just split defensive secondary, the Eskimos. Joe Holloman not able to take Gaddis down the first time, but he's finally brought up the sidelines. Wayne Conrad is now in at center after the difficult time that Wade was having with the exchange from Doug Smith.
The ball is at the Edmonton 28. First down, Montreal. This is O'Leary. Well, you saw some of his power as he gets inside the 25 to about the 22. Tom Towns was there to make the stop for the Eskimos. Still no score with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this opening quarter. They put the ball down at about the 22-yard line, so it is a gain of 5. It is 2nd and 5, Montreal. And again, this is O'Leary. He will not have a first down, but he is directly in front of the posts. Now let's see if they'll take the gamble. No, obviously, well, it's closer than we may have anticipated.
Both running plays, oddly enough, running at Ron Este and Dave Fennell, but I'm sure it's not a matter of the Alouettes feeling they can run against those two men. I think it's more a matter of the confidence they've always placed in their left offensive tackle, Dan Yoakum. And what a matchup that's going to be all afternoon, Ron Este and Dan Yoakum.
Well, they're about a half-yard short, and they're going to go for it. Hearts pound across Canada as the Alouettes will gamble for the first down in around the Eskimo 18-yard line.
And more of a gamble than normally, because this is a day when you don't expect a lot of points to be scored, so every 3 will be critical.
O'Leary is the ball carrier, and O'Leary has the first down.
See if we can take a look at Dan Kepley, the outstanding middle linebacker in Canada, the only defensive player in the country. No one really picked him up. He got over to limit O'Leary's gain, but it appeared to me as if he had enough, once again following in behind the block of Dan Yocum.
Mike, I thought your comment was certainly appropriate in terms of the gamble. Also, the gamble was multiplied by the fact that they've had such a problem with the center snap. They fumbled it 2 or 3 times already today, lost the ball twice.
Well, I'll tell you, Marv Levy is normally a very conservative man. Maybe he feels a little looser today than normal. I don't know.
Well, it worked out for him so far.
It is first down, Montreal at the Edmonton 16. Wade puts it in the end zone, looking for De La Riva. It was over his head.
One of the reasons it was a little overthrown was the outstanding coverage by number 24, Jones. Just a tremendous job covering Peter De La Riva. De La Riva, a very dangerous receiver for the Alouettes all season long, and particularly so when you get into Peter. He's a money player.
4 minutes.
Take a look at Peter De La Riva running from his inside slot back position. There's the coverage by Jones. Not too much of an edge there at all.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Alouettes at the Edmonton 16. Into the middle for Horace Belton. Belton is snowed under at about the 9-yard line. He'll be well short of the first down. We can look for Don Sweet.
You'll see with our end zone camera that Belton, when he initially gets the pass, has some running room. Because of field conditions, he loses the quick start. That allows the defense to gather and limit his gain. But the quick start has been taken away from the backs and the receivers, and that's going to certainly reduce the amount of offense we could expect to see.
Well, we've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in this opening quarter, as the Alouettes will try the field goal with Don Sweet to put it up from about the 17-yard line. Jerry DiTilio will hold. Sweet puts it up and is good. Well, because of the cold weather, it's not only affecting the field, but it's also affecting the telestreamer. What's happening, Riggs?
Well, Pat, I think the telestreamer's gone down for us, hopefully just temporarily, but it froze up a little quicker than we did.
It's a 3-0 ball game. The Alouettes out in front. 3 points, normally speaking, isn't very many, but I'm sure that the Alouettes are grateful for them at this point.
One thing, I haven't really noticed a tremendous difference from one end to the other in terms of which direction the players are going. Field conditions seem to be equally bad.
Well, let's go to Don Whitman.
Ron Estee, you were trying different cleats. You tried a broom ball shoe, now you're going back to your regular cleats. Is it still a problem?
Yeah, I don't think anything you try is still going to slip. They put salt on there, and it's melting and turning to ice all at the same time.
Okay, Ron, back upstairs to Pat.
Strickland gets very close to first down territory up around the 45-yard line. The Eskimos still looking for their initial first down. They'll be very close to it right now. Well, it's a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Alouettes, and Grey Cup 77 will continue in a moment.
Let's see your Lotto 649 $16 million Happy Dance. This Wednesday's Lotto 649 jackpot is an estimated $16 million, so don't miss it.
Hey, sorry I spilled coffee in your new car the other day.
It's okay.
Is that a voodoo doll?
Yeah. Doesn't work, though.
You'll get passionate about 3 Nissans for under $15,000, like the Sentra, now only $14,998. See Nissan.ca for details.
Ariel Lemieux coming to center, trying to fool Bork, and does! Scores! Have you ever seen such finesse He put the puck in the skates of Captain Ray Bourque to make the move.
Well, the Montreal Alouettes don't have the big heating effect behind them. In other words, the heat ducts and the heating units are all over at the Edmonton bench, but they have this quick heat, which I'm holding in my hand. They're using it on their hands. Don Sweet is using it, as a matter of fact, on his kicking feet before he goes out and kicks. And this is all they have. It's not very warm, but that's what it is. Okay, Pat?
Well, there's a look at this magnificent structure, and it is jam-packed with 70,000 as the Eskimos look for their first down. A bit of a mix-up there as Lemmerman looked for the back to come through the hole, was left with the ball himself, but may have been able to pick up the necessary yardage and did. The Eskimos get a first down. The ball is spotted just outside their 45-yard line. Well, millions of people across Canada are watching this game. And I know there's a group up in Wilcox, Saskatchewan at Notre Dame College pretty interested. And one little guy that's very close to me. Mike, I say hello and hope you're enjoying things. Procedure call appears to be the case against the Eskimos.
It appears to me that Lemmerman may have drawn back from the center, Bob Howes, and that may be the purpose of the flag.
Well, it is procedure against the Eskimos. And contact was made, of course. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. What do you do if you're a quarterback and you get that big inside pressure? That's what we wanted to know when we spoke with Bruce Lemmerman.
It's going to be important for us as quarterbacks to recognize that defense, then to audible to plays which will give our backs a chance to move inside, to pick up their blitzes in order for us to throw the ball downfield against their one-on-one pass coverage.
Jim Germany, with his first carry of the ball game, gets about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 11 Eskimos as Carl Quinnell, the middle linebacker, was there to fill and bring down the Edmonton ball carrier. 1 minute and 42 seconds left to play in this opening quarter, where we've had 6 turnovers already. And the the Alouettes have the only points, leading at 3-0. Lemmerman, the pass is complete to McGowan, knocked out by Vern Perry, and a flag comes down at the 53-yard line, so the 15-yard penalty will give the Eskimos another first down.
George McGowan in isolation, a little bend out to the sideline, Perry giving him the room in the slippery field. He's inbounds here. You can see clearly Perry came up, gave him the extra shove out of the field to play, and that was the reason for the flag. You certainly can't dispute it.
Well, the call is roughing. The fans react. The Alouettes were upset, claiming that Perry simply couldn't pull himself up because of the slippery conditions.
Well, he didn't appear to be grabbing onto George McGowan, but I saw him go, Pat. There seemed to be a little bit of an extended arm there.
The penalty moves the ball to the Montreal 42, first down Eskimos. Strickland drops the ball. Montreal recovers. It appears to be Glenn Weir. If you don't think he's strong, look how far he got to the Eskimo 48-yard line.
Well, there was quite a struggle between Glenn Weir and George McGowan for the football. Strickland just appeared to lose the ball on the exchange with Lemmerman. We'll take another look. Here's the handoff. Just couldn't maintain possession. No one hit him. He just couldn't hold on to the ball, and Glenn Weir alertly struggling with it and driving. Tremendous job.
Wayne is going to put it up to O'Leary. He tried to make the diving catch at the 23 and couldn't do so. He was in behind Ed Jones, and normally would have had that ball because he is a pretty sure-handed receiver.
No question, he was well open. A deep outside pattern.
We're inside 1 minute left to play in the opening quarter. 45 seconds, as a matter of fact. Montreal with a 2nd and 10 from the Eskimo 48-yard line. Wade over the middle to Larry Smith. First down at the 36. Greg Butler, number 28, makes the tackle for the Eskimos.
Well, Larry Smith has been trying to work on that inside pattern against Butler, number 28. Butler in good coverage on the play, but a tremendous job of concentration by Smith, not allowing the good reaction up by Butler to dislodge the ball.
Mike, you may be perfectly right when we were kidding each other about the offensive and defensive lines having the advantages. Edmonton's putting no pressure at all on Wade right now.
This is O'Leary. Dives his way through to the 30-yard line. And, you know, Larry Highbaugh hasn't been a factor to this point, but you can rest assured that he will be throughout the course of this ball game. Grey Cup 77 continues with the Alouettes out in front, 3-0. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll be back for the second 15 minutes in a moment.
Eagle is less than inch over. Go.
Experience even more protection wherever you are. Introducing chip and pin technology on your Visa card. It has a microchip that is virtually impossible to duplicate, and a pin instead of a signature for added protection. Chip and pin technology, coming soon to your Visa card.
Cindy, have you seen my electric razor?
You tried the bathroom?
Hey, do you know where my black dress shoes are?
They're not in the closet?
Have you seen my wallet?
No.
Introducing Quiznos Everyday Value Menu. 6 mouth-watering, perfectly toasted large subs for just $5 every day. Like our 5-meat stack or peppercorn beef. $5 large sandwiches. Quiznos.
You know, that place where a little bundle of joy meets it's not just about me anymore. I'm there.
When life changes, State Farm is there to help you plan ahead and protect what matters most. Talk to an agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When we Canadian sports fans need effective relief from coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion, we can rely on Fisherman's Friend lozenges, even when our throats are sore from cheering. So keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend.
Well, we are set to go for quarter number 2 as the Montreal Alouettes have a 3-0 advantage over the Eskimos in an error-filled first quarter because of the weather conditions here at the Olympic Stadium. 7 turnovers. The Eskimos committed 4 of them. The Alouettes 3, obviously, and Montreal was able to capitalize on 1 of them. It is 2nd and 5, Montreal, as the toss goes to Larry Smith. Back to Sonny Wade, who tried to make a one-handed grab, but wasn't able to do so. You know, I was talking about Larry Highbaugh. A lot of people suggested that maybe he wasn't as fast as everybody had suggested.
Now you don't. Blink your eyes. I know you won't.
Well, I guess that's a fact. If you do blink, you'd miss him because he is quick.
He's been known to run them all the way back. If Don Sweet isn't good from about 38, he may have the chance here.
As Mike has mentioned, it is a 38-yard field goal try by Don Sweet. And it is good. Don Sweet is 2 for 2. As a result, the Alouettes are out in front by 6 points, 6-0.
Well, Don Sweet's got to feel awfully happy about the early success he's had. In the week prior to the game, of course, analysts across the country were comparing the 2 teams. Many gave the edge to the Edmonton Eskimos because of number 26, Dave Cutler, their outstanding kicker. But Dave Cutler just hasn't had the chance to put his foot into the ball to this point of the game.
As a matter of fact, virtually the entire first quarter was played in Edmonton's end of the field. when they finally did get into Montreal territory, Strickland fumbled, Weir recovered, and that set up the opportunity for Sweet's second field goal try. It's a 6-0 count in favor of the Alouettes, who won 11 and lost 5 during the regular campaign. Edmonton was 10-6 to tie with BC and Winnipeg in that tremendous race in the Western Conference.
And you know, Pat, the Alouettes, 3 of their 5 losses were to the Toronto Argonauts, one of the stronger defensive teams in the country, although very unsuccessful offensively. I mention it only because they're up against the Eskimos, noted for their defense, and I wondered if that was going to present them with great problems. But because of the unusual conditions that both teams face, the Alouettes have been able to take advantage of some of those errors, those turnovers, and have moved the ball against this defense.
Well, let's see now. If the Eskimos can move the ball, they send deep Larry Highbaugh and Joe Holloman awaiting the kickoff from Don Sweet. He puts it high, not too deep, to Angelo Santucci at his 28. And Santucci dives his way through to about the 44-yard line as Gabriel Gregoire was down to upend him. It was a 58-yard kickoff by Sweet, a 14-yard return by the former Hamilton Ticat Angelo Santucci. So the Eskimos now have a first down. The ball is located at the Edmonton 44-yard line. As you see the Edmonton bench, and I don't think I've ever seen a Clark come into a Grey Cup game higher than the Eskimos were for this one. Germany slipped, finally did get the ball and is stacked up as Chuck Zapek, along with Glenn Weir, were there to converge on him, but it was the lack of footing suffered by Germany that really negated that play.
They're certainly in a bad spot. You can see, looking at the alignment, a number of people, the offensive linemen, the wide receivers, as well as Germany, all of them on that Edmonton side having difficulty getting any gripping on this surface.
It is 2nd and 10, Eskimos just inside their 45. Lemmerman, and is picked off by the Alouettes at the 45-yard line. Randy Rhino with the 3rd Montreal interception of the ballgame.
Well, we mentioned that the quarterbacks were having some difficulties setting up well, and they were overthrowing the receivers. This is really what happened to Bruce Lemmerman once again. But he's throwing into an awfully tough secondary. The Alouettes in the regular season picked off 32 passes from the opposition, and a lot of that is attributable to the fact that their front four has put so much pressure on the quarterbacks.
So Montreal takes over at its 45. Trying to set up the screen is Wade. Jumping high in the air was Este, and probably distracted Belton from his concentration.
Mike, I'm a little surprised that they went with a screen there, because the Edmonton Eskimos really haven't had that much pressure on quarterback Sonny Wade so far. I think that's really been the key to this ball game to this point.
I think the defensive linemen, really, as we were talking, Frank, are forced to taking a slower rush. Ron Este picked up the screen, and he just fell right off and was in perfect position. He very nearly intercepted that ball.
I mean, I'm going to have to admit you were right, eh?
Well, I don't want to say it, Frank, but if you will, I'll be fine.
It's 2nd and 10, Alouettes. Wade throwing out for Bell. No good. Dan Kepley over covering Belton, the release man on that pass, but it does show you that Kepley is just all over the field.
Got fantastic range. There's no question as to why it was this man was voted the outstanding defensive football player in the country. He's not only a hitter, he's got great range.
When you talk about outstanding, watch the height that Sonny Wade puts on his punts. Butler and Highbaugh back awaiting this 3rd and 10 punt from Wade. This one is not too high, wouldn't you know it? And this is Butler. He was clotheslined by Vern Perry, but still, because of his early start, was able to get out to the Eskimo 43-yard line. It's 6-0. Alouettes are leading in this Grey Cup 77 contest.
is excited about Montana's deal-a-winning meal.
She won too!
Choose one of these steak, rib, or salmon entrees and get dessert and a free scratch card. Every card's a winner.
Another winner! I want to play!
You know, that place where a little bundle of joy meets it's not just about me anymore. I'm there.
When life changes, State Farm is there to help you plan ahead and protect what matters most. Talk to an agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, LL Cool J.
That was me, LL Cool J, before I started using Stride from Old Spice. Now look at me.
It is 2nd and 15, Alouettes at the Eskimo 34-yard line. Wade, the inside screen to Belton. Belton gets down to the 26, no first down, but it certainly affords the Alouettes much better field position for Don Sweet in the field goal unit. Dave Fennell was there to make the tackle.
Well, Frank made the point earlier that he doesn't understand why the Owls are screening as much as they are, because the Eskimos aren't coming with a big rush. Dave Fennell certainly did a good job of reading it again. He was right there to bring down Belton quickly.
Don Sweet has been good on 2 of his 2 tries this afternoon. Let's see what he does from about 33 yards. Jerry DiTilio to hold, and again Sweet is right in front of the post. Don Sweet 9, the Edmonton Eskimos no score.
Decided edge and play without any question. But even with that, 1 touchdown brings Edmonton very close to contention. And in this kind of a game, and on these kind of field conditions, you know how quickly something can break.
Well, we've got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half that Montreal really has dominated, but the big feature, of course, has been the number of turnovers. The last I checked, it was 10, and I'm sure that we'll be heading for some kind of a record before this Grey Cup game is finished.
Well, this could be the big play of the game. The field goal, because Don Sweet has 3, and that accounts for all the points.
Sweet will kick it off for the Alouettes as the Eskimos send back Larry Heibaugh and Joe Holloman. And the crowd now comes alive a little bit on behalf of the Eskimos. The total offense, Montreal 164, Edmonton 43. This is Angelo Santucci. Larry Smith tried to slow him down a little bit, and Santucci was able to maintain his balance into the 46-yard line down. Well, we mentioned that it snowed here yesterday. It was a lot of fun for most of the players as they were able to take off some of the pressure that's been on them all week. Wally Buono tried to get his pitching arm in shape. And most of the guys just had a big time, said, well, we may as well make the best of it, nothing we can do about it. Wilkinson drops the ball, falls on top of it, and then skids back to his 30-yard line. Marvin Davis and Gord Judges were there to pin him.
It appeared to me, Pat, as if he was coming back to the draw to Howard Strickland. Strickland had slipped just as Wilkinson went to hand off to Strickland. The ball carrier, of course, not there. The fumble, Wilkinson fortunate to recover it again, but everything's gone wrong for the Eskimos in these first 2 quarters of play.
And though it has, they trailed by only 9, and being the most explosive offensive team in the country, anything can happen. It is 2nd and 22, Edmonton at their 35-yard line. Wilkinson throws. It is complete to Konahowski. The gain will be 12 up around the 46-yard line. Well, the most important man in that Alouette lineup today has been Don Sweet, as you see him on the sidelines. With just 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in the first half, Sweet has accounted for all the scoring, 9 points. Dickie Harris is 18, Randy Rhino 21. They drop back awaiting this punt from Hank Alyssa. Good punt by Alyssa. Rhino at his 18-yard line. Look out. Boomerang brings down Randy Rhino at the 42-yard line. A fine return by Randy Rhino.
An outstanding athlete, a 3-time All-American before joining the Montreal Alouettes. Does a great job at that middle safety position and a constant threat in these specialty teams.
Well, he led the Southeast Conference for 3 straight years in punt returns. He just returned that one for 18. Montreal at their 41-yard line. O'Leary, the ball carrier, fights his way for a couple. Dan Kepley simply wouldn't let go and nullified the potential big gainer. The gain was 2. It is 2nd and 8. Alouettes as we come down close to the 3-minute mark. Swings it out to O'Leary. O'Leary fighting his way for the first down right to the midfield marker. Pete Laverano finally brought him down, but what great determination by John O'Leary, the rookie from Nebraska. It's 9-0 in favor of the Alouettes. We're coming to you from the Olympic Stadium on Grey Cup 77.
There's no secret to what makes a beautiful room. It's the right design and the perfect colors. Colors that reflect who you are. Rich, luxurious colors specifically designed to remain beautiful for years. Designer Series paint with ceramic microspheres is more scrubbable, more stain resistant, more durable.
For fabulous results, use premium Designer Series paint by Beauty Tone. Colors for living.
Homeowners, helping homeowners. Only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center.
Let's see your Lotto 649 $16 million Happy Dance. This Wednesday's Lotto 649 jackpot is an estimated $16 million, so don't miss it.
Niedermeyer picks him up again. Nemestikov throws a pick, and Bure is run loose and score! What a goal by Bure!
The red-hot Pavel Bure, head fake outside, back inside. Again, another fake on Terreri.
Now picked up by Ovechkin. Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through now. Scored! Alexander Ovechkin when it looked like it was no longer possible.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
The Eskimos pick up the first down and have it now at Montreal's 53-yard line. This is Strickland. Dances his way for about 3. Carl Cornell and Wally Buono were there to haul him down at the 50-yard line with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to play in the first half. The gain will be 3. It'll be 2nd and 7, Edmonton. Bruce Lemmerman started at quarterback for the Eskimos, gave way to Tom Wilkinson early in the second quarter when the Eskimos just couldn't move the ball. Flags are down. Wilkinson drops the ball. Glenn Weir has it. And Weir is inside the 15-yard line. But flags are down, and Montreal may have moved early. Junior RU may have been offside.
I'm certain there's at least one or two in that defensive line. It appeared to be Junior RU. We can't pick him up on our screen right here, but there's Wilkinson with that tremendous rush. Boano coming in on the blitz. Davis in quickly, and then the balance of the Alouettes, one of whom is Glenn Weir. He's always around the play, and he came up with a fumble, but once again, the Eskimo drive being kept alive. 2 turnovers created by the Alouettes. They are not able to take advantage of because of penalties. Penalties becoming a big factor against Montreal in the second quarter. They lost a touchdown because of penalties. They've allowed the Eskimo defense to continue, or offense to continue because of it. You can see at the top of your screen the offside by that defensive alignment.
Well, Huey Campbell obviously concerned. The Eskimos not being able to do much offensively. Jim Germany is the injured Edmonton ball player, and Tom Wilkinson takes advantage of the injury to go over and have a word with his head coach. Germany being attended to by the Eskimo training staff as Wilkinson, Lemmerman, and head coach Hugh Campbell all huddle on the Edmonton sideline. 41 seconds left in the first half. Montreal out in front 10-0, but the Eskimos have a 2nd and 2 situation from the Montreal 50-yard line. As a matter of fact, it's the 45. What a year Jim Germany had, though, Mike.
Outstanding. 1,004 yards. As you see, the outstanding average he had as well. Santucci in now to replace the injured Germany. We hope a great performer like him will not be lost to the Eskimos for too long.
Well, that little lady looks cool, but she's probably not too happy either, since she is cheering for the Eskimos. Edmonton has managed only 51 yards offensively so far this afternoon. It is 2nd and about 2.5 for the Eskimos right now. That was Santucci diving his way inside the 45, close to the first down marker. The clock is stopped with 39 seconds. Judges and Weir, the 2 outstanding Canadian defensive tackles of the Alouettes, were there to make the stop.
Tom Wilkinson taking a look at the measurement. I would think also he'd want to get into that huddle pretty quickly. 39 seconds remaining. I'm sure they like to try to reach for those 8 points, because I would imagine that Coach Hugh Campbell would go for the 2-point conversion if they're able to get a touchdown.
Well, 66 is Marvin Davis, Carl Crennel 72, Chuck Zapek 76. On 3rd and very short yardage for the Eskimos. The ball is just inside the Montreal 45-yard line. 3rd and close to a yard with 30 seconds showing on the clock.
Taking a lot of time.
Wilkinson just goes in behind his left offensive guard and should have the necessary yardage. The clock is stopped at 23 seconds.
Well, a big play for the Edmonton Eskimos, but a good job by Bob Howes on Carl Crennel, the middle linebacker. Number 50, Willie Martin, getting into the action as well and giving the middle linebacker something to remember.
Well, let's go downstairs now to Don Whitman.
Jim Germany, what's the problem? They pretty badly bruised?
Yes, they are.
You think you'll be able to get back?
Yeah, I'll be back second half.
This is Strickland with a big gainer for a first down into the Montreal 30-yard line. Carl Crennel, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle for Montreal with 12 seconds showing on the clock. It is a first down for the Eskimos.
Crennel eventually in the tackle, but a good job by Bob Howes engaging the middle linebacker, allowing Strickland that initial running room to burst through. A good acceleration by the Edmonton running back, and for the first time the Eskimos are starting to get some sustained attack, but they just don't have enough time left.
Well, this will be the final play of the half. Dave Cutler is into the ball game. Wilkinson will spot it down at the 39-yard line. Now, too much time has been assessed by referee Bill Dell. Well, as a matter of fact, he's decided that they've got to change balls. So it is not a time penalty against the Eskimos. It's simply a stoppage to make the exchange of footballs. Montreal out in front 10-0. Edmonton will try to get on the board on this, the final play of the first half. He had 50 field goals during the regular season, and nobody has ever come that close in the history of the game on either side of the border. Cutler is good. The Eskimos get on the board on the final play of the first half and narrow the Montreal lead to a converted touchdown. It is Montreal 10, Edmonton 3. And on behalf of my partner, Mike Wadsworth, this is Pat Marsden saying we hope that you enjoyed the first half of the ball game. And stay tuned, because you know that with two football teams of this magnitude, anything is likely to happen in the second half.
We've reinvented the way it looks. We've reinvented the way it thinks. We've reinvented the way it drives. We've reinvented the vehicle that invented it all. Introducing the radically advanced 2010 RX from Lexus. Pursue the moment.
People think life in California is one big vacation. But it's really a lot of work.
We have board meetings.
Board meeting.
Lots of board meetings. We're always playing catch up.
We're really just a bunch of pencil pushers.
We work with some real characters.
We're always working weekends.
Hey, it's a dirty job.
But someone's got to do it.
So if California seems like your kind of work,
we've got one question.
When can you start?
Make your vacation work overtime in the land of plenty. California. Find yourself here.
making your money grow can be exciting, but it has its ups and downs. A sure thing is hard to find, and you want a sure thing. Where do you start? With an investment savings account from ING Direct. It pays investment-grade interest from the very first dollar you deposit, and it will never make you pay a service charge. Keep saving, and your money will only go in one direction. In a world of ups and downs, it's rock solid. Call. Save your money.
The copier isn't working. Again.
Discover the restart button.
These numbers just don't make any sense.
Carry the one and you will have your answer.
I should really eat something.
Relax with a green tea and trail mix cookie from Tim Hortons.
Good idea.
Beware of approaching mail cart.
Huh?
Enjoy a green tea with our new trail mix cookie, just $1.99. Always a great value.
Always fresh, always Tim Hortons.
Let's see your Lotto 649 $16 million happy dance. This Wednesday's Lotto 649 jackpot is an estimated $16 million, so don't miss it.
Well, you know, it's a pleasure to be involved, Russ Jackson, with the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, the first football game we were here for in the Olympic Stadium, and now the first Grey Cup game. And sadly, the first half was not what the organizers and the many fans thought it would be because of the field conditions. In fact, I know you'll agree, the Edmonton Eskimos are indeed fortunate to be where they are, a touchdown behind.
There's no question about that, Don. Only a touchdown behind after giving up the ball 6 times in one half of a football game. You've got to consider yourself very fortunate. But I think one of the big questions is going to be whether Edmonton will be able to move the ball a little bit better in this second half, because neither Lemmerman nor Wilkinson was able to get that ball club moving, and maybe they're going to have to roll out a little bit more. Sonny Wade, I think, really put the Edmonton defense off balance by rolling out a little bit, completely sprint outs and then semi-rollouts, because it's very difficult on this surface to get any pressure on the quarterback, and that's what Edmonton hoped to do.
Russ, I thought, tell me if you agree, the officials were playing it a little bit too much by the book, not allowing for the slipping and sliding going on, especially on procedure calls and offside calls, when players tried to get back in time and couldn't because the field was slippery.
Well, I think you can say that, Don, but I believe that they have to do this. In a ball game of this importance, I think that if there is a procedure call or an offside, even though the conditions do not allow them to get back, I think the officials do definitely have to call them. I think one of the most difficult ones is downfield on the pass interference. That becomes a real problem because the players don't have a chance of moving out of the way.
Well, as you compare the teams in the first half, it's overwhelmingly Montreal, except by a touchdown on the scoreboard. The Montreal Alouettes were the dominant team, including penalties, and that hurt them. 77 yards and 11 calls. But look at the first downs, 11-5. The passing, the total offense, 225-64. It was all Montreal, and yet the Eskimos and Cutler's late second quarter field goal are very much alive here as we get set to go in quarter number 3 from the Big O, the Olympic Stadium, on this cold afternoon in Montreal. The Alouettes have got their 3 deep receivers back, cross the goal line area for Cutler's kickoff, and the second half of the Grey Cup game is underway. Bounding down at the 20-yard line, Randy Rhino, and Rhino across the 35 will set Montreal up. First down, taken down by Angelo Santucci at the Alouette 37-yard line. A run back of 23 yards. Tom Wilkinson relieved the starter Bruce Lemmerman at quarterback, trying to stay as warm as you possibly can on a day like this at the Eskimo bench. The Eskimos, with a tough defense all season long, have been pushed around by Montreal in this first half. DeTilio, number 9, goes wide left. Gaddis, 22, on the right side. Belton cannot find any footing at all. He goes down right at the line of scrimmage on contact from David Boone, at defensive end, number 64. It's going to be second down and about 10.5 yards to go.
Don, if there is an advantage on this turf right now, again, starting the second half, the Edmonton Eskimos have that advantage going from our right to their left because of the way the turf has been laid down here at the Big O.
Wade on second down will flare it out. Ian Mofford has 5, has about 7 yards up around the 43. Taken down over there on the sidelines by number 29, Joe Holloman. But they'll be short by about 3.5 of the first down. Frank?
We can stop it right here. You can see the Edmonton Eskimos come with all 3 quarterbacks. A great call because quarterback Sonny Wade dropped it to the outside. Unfortunately for the Alouettes, they did not pick up a first down.
Butler and Highbaugh are back as this fan is dancing and staying warm here as Sonny Wade prepares to punt. Lifts it high and lifts it deep. The 22-yard line for Butler. Vernon Perry rides him down short of the Eskimo 35. They'll start from near the 33 on the 47-yard punt by Wade. Right now, let's check in at field level with Bill Stevenson.
Well, thank you, Don. As you're probably aware, there are no heaters at the Montreal bench, but there are heaters in the Edmonton bench. The reason for it is this. In the 75 Grey Cup, Montreal had heaters. The players clustered around them. They found they got warm, and then when they went out into the cold air away from the heaters, that their muscles started giving them trouble. That's why they were fumbling the ball and having cramps. That's why Levy says, no heaters, period. We're going to use you all the way in the temperature as it is. All right, Don.
This is Wilkie in at quarterback once again. It is incomplete. And I was standing in 75, Bill, at the Eskimo bench or the Alouette bench, and I'm glad they had the heaters that day.
Bill Stevenson mentions that Grey Cup in Calgary, and these 2 clubs, Montreal and Edmonton, have now played 6 quarters under very similar conditions, the 4 quarters in Calgary and 2 here, and they have yet to score a touchdown.
Angelo Santucci is in the backfield for Jim Germany, who has not returned. It is second down and 10. Here's RU. They've got him. Glenn Weir was there with him at the 25-yard line in the sack. So Tom Wilkinson. And it's going to be third down Eskimos.
Well, Wilkinson trying to go back to pass, and from the left of the screen, you'll see Ayu come in from his blind side, and he just ran past Willie Martin, and Martin seemed to lose his footing, and Ayu just stepped over top of him, and Wilkins didn't have a chance to look downfield and throw that ball, and Wilkie doesn't have that speed that he used to have, and coming off the field, junior Ayu, 77, and Glenn Weir, who's having a fine afternoon.
The first sack of Wilkinson by the Alouette defense today. Hank Illicit, the 18-year-old student at St. Joseph's High School in Edmonton. What a find he has been. Rhino's back with Harris. It's coming down to Randy Rhino at the 45-yard line. Rhino bumps into Harris, then has room. Midfield, the Eskimo 52. Bob Howes, number 53, takes him down. It'll be first down Montreal. Grey Cup 77 will continue in just a moment.
As your accountant, I have to ask, do you pick the money up after you throw it at the camera?
No.
Oh, you might want to try that. You'd have a lot more disposable income.
Here's another money-saving tip from Taco Bell. The new Why Pay More menu has favorites like our 99-cent hard taco and lots more. Why pay more? Think outside the bun. Or try them in the big box meal.
Here you go. Thank you, Mr. Hines. I'll be right back with your check.
How often you check your credit? Chances are, less than you need to. Not a good idea these days. Your identity could be stolen faster than you can say heartburn.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. Come back and see us again soon.
Thank you. So keep an eye on yours all year long with 24/7 credit monitoring from transunion.ca. Stay you.
Hi, LL Cool J.
That was me, LL Cool J, before I started using Stride from Old Spice. Now look at me.
Dad!
Hey, sweetheart. Good to meet you, Tim.
Likewise, sir.
Beautiful new BMW.
Beautiful, yes, but not new.
Son, I know a new car when I see one.
Yeah, but it's pre-owned.
Right. And you'll get the master suite tonight, Tim.
Looks like new, performs like new, and with a protection plan for up to 6 years or 160,000 kilometers, it's hard to believe it's pre-owned. And now, great value with financing rates starting at just 0.9%.
Across the bridge for the south shore of the Olympic Stadium here in Montreal with the Alouettes getting set to go first down. And you know, these teams in the last 3 Grey Cups have not scored a touchdown in 8 quarters of Grey Cup action. That's 2 complete games. Not since Larry Shearer scored in the second quarter in 1974. Sonny Wade, all kinds of flags down. A big collision there. Holloman and Bob Gaddis. The pass, as you see, is incomplete. We'll see what those penalties might be all about.
Don, I think the first call was illegal procedure on number 67, Dan Yoakum, but on isolation, we see a little post pattern by Gaddis, number 22, but good coverage by 29, Joe Holloman, took that away from him. And we'll hear from the official maybe what the penalty is. It's definitely illegal procedure, and I think it was Dan Yoakum, number 67.
That's who he nailed for it. So it's declined by the Eskimos. They'll lose the down. They still have 10 to go. 2nd and 10 coming up. Watch 67.
The top of your screen, that's called illegal procedure.
We've had a great deal of that today. Way to Telleo. He's got him at the 35. The Eskimos 26-yard line.
4 quarters in Calgary and 2 here, and they have yet to score a touchdown.
Angelo Santucci is in the backfield for Jim Germany, who has not returned. It is 2nd down and 10. Here's RU. They've got him. Glenn Weir was there with him at the 25-yard line. In the sack was Tom Wilkinson. And it's going to be 3rd down Eskimos.
Well, Wilkinson trying to go back to pass, and from the left of the screen, you'll see Ayu come in from his blind side, and he just ran past Willie Martin, and Martin seemed to lose his footing, and Ayu just stepped over top of him, and Wilkins didn't have a chance to look downfield and throw that ball, and Wilkie doesn't have that speed that he used to have, and coming off the field, Junior Ayu, 77, and Glenn Weir, who's having a fine afternoon.
The first sack of Wilkinson by the Alouette defense today. Hank Illicit, the 18-year-old student at St. Joseph's High School in Edmonton. What a find he has been. Rhino's back with Harris. It's coming down to Randy Rhino at the 45-yard line. Rhino bumps into Harris, then has room. Midfield, the Eskimo 52. Bob Howes, number 53, takes him down. It'll be 1st down Montreal. Grey Cup 77 will continue in just a moment.
It's not just a new crossover. It's the best new crossover. The new Flex. Only from Ford.
Yeah. No.
It's scaling new heights and covering new ground. Lone riders and easy riders. Big hugs and big mugs. It's home and abroad. It's a story told every day. Not just any story, but our story.
If you want scissors that give a whole lot extra, get the amazing Home Scissors Plus, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. The unique curved stainless steel serrated blades give cleaner, sharper cuts with no binding or pulling. Plus, there's a bottle opener, plus a handy gripper, plus the soft grip is made for either hand. When you need more than scissors, use the versatile Home Scissors Plus.
Homeowners, helping homeowners. Only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center.
Introducing Flex. It pushes all the right buttons.
That toe goes for the punt. That toe around the net. That toe puts it. Score! Score! The Rangers win! The Rangers win! They're going to the finals! The Rangers win!
Across the bridge for the south shore of the Olympic Stadium here in Montreal with the Alouettes getting set to go first down. And you know, these teams in the last 3 Grey Cups have not scored a touchdown in 8 quarters of Grey Cup action. That's 2 complete games. Not since Larry Shearer scored in the second quarter in 1974. Sonny Wade, all kinds of flags down. A big collision there. Holloman and Bob Gaddis. The pass, as you see, is incomplete. We'll see what those penalties might be all about.
John, I think the first call was illegal procedure on number 67, Dan Yoakum, but on isolation we see a little post pattern by Gaddis, number 22, but good coverage by 29 Joe Holloman took that away from him. And we'll hear from the official maybe what the penalty is. It's definitely illegal procedure, and I think it was Dan Yoakum, number 67.
That's who he nailed for it. So it's declined by the Eskimos. They'll lose the down. They still have 10 to go. 2nd and 10 coming up. Watch 67.
The top of your screen, that's called illegal procedure.
We've had a great deal of that today. Wade for DeTillio. He's got him at the 35. The Eskimos 26-yard line. Ed Jones finally hauls down Jerry DeTillio with a big Montreal first down.
Well, Jerry DeTillio, who has started a wide receiver in the last couple of ball games, just runs a simple bend-in pattern, and Wade again getting that outstanding protection he's been getting all afternoon. Gets the ball away, and DeTillio takes that ball in front of number 13, Larry Highbaugh. Going behind, a good block by Gaddis, and finally pulled down by Ed Jones, number 24, but Wade is getting that good protection.
A gain of 26, and now this is John O'Leary in tough inside for about 3. Right now, let's bring in Don Whitman.
Well, Jim Germany would like to get back into the ball game, but Germany, who's standing just behind me, suffered badly bruised ribs late in the first half. They put a pad over the rib and gave him some painkiller. He says, if the coach needs me, I'll be ready to go in.
2nd down, make it 6 yards, Montreal, near the 22 of the Eskimos. For Peter Dalla-Riva, intercepted in the end zone. Now it's ruled no catch. Ed Jones was there reaching for that ball as it juggled in the air, and it is ruled an incomplete pass. Here it is again.
Well, in isolation, Peter Dalla-Riva going downfield, and number 7, Laverado, just came across and touched that ball as it was going to Peter Dalla-Riva, but the pressure was on Sonny Wade that time. For one of the few times this afternoon, the Edmonton Eskimos brought their linebackers.
Dalla-Riva, of course, is the most feared receiver as far as the Eskimo defenders are concerned. Larry Highbaugh, the lone man in the end zone, as Don Sweet will try for field goal number 4. He's 3 for 4 right now from the 30-yard line. Jerry DeTillio, number 9, spots the ball for him. Sweet has his 4th field goal. And that ties the Grey Cup record he set in 1974. And the Alouettes move into a 13-3 lead.
Now Don Sweet coming off the sideline there, having just tied the Grey Cup record with his 4th field goal of the afternoon, and he'll be going back on there to kick off as the Edmonton Eskimos have elected to have the Alouettes kick off from their 35-yard line. But pretty soon the Edmonton Eskimos are going to have to get some offense going, Don, or Montreal is going to kick them out of this ballpark if they don't run them out of it.
In fact, Russ, in the last 2 Grey Cup games, Don Sweet has handled all the Montreal scoring. They lost 9-8 when he missed a field goal on a snap that Jimmy Jones couldn't handle late in Calgary in that game. And this man here can't figure it out. I know that isn't Frank. He's sitting right next to us.
Thanks very much, Donnie. I think it's Tom McKee down at field level.
No, it's too big for Tom.
Well, he's having fun, whoever it is.
Joe Holloman on the right and Larry Heibaugh at the top of your screen you saw are the deep receivers stationed back near the 10-yard line for Sweet's kickoff from the 35. These teams obviously feel they can do better running back kickoffs than starting at their own 35-yard line following field goals today. Low bounding ball. Angelo Santucci will take it. Santucci as the middle opens up for him to the 45-yard line of Montreal. Angelo Santucci, the former Hamilton Tiger cap, puts the Eskimos in great field position. Jim Burrow brought him down, number 16. Watch it again.
Well, Santucci has been running all of his kickoffs back because Don Sweet hasn't had good long kickoffs, and he just broke it through the initial wave of Alouette tackers and ran it downfield. And again, Burrows, who was dressed for this particular ball game, caught him from behind as he was breaking into the clear.
A 41-yard return by Santucci. Here he is again. He'll settle for 2 yards at the 43 in the grasp of Tony Proudfoot.
Don, I don't think the Edmonton Eskimos are going to be able to run too much against this Montreal defense. It's a good defense plus that traction on the field, and they have yet to be able to get the passing game going. And certainly sometime in this 3rd quarter, they're going to have to move it out, and Santucci has given them an opportunity with that fine run back.
Konahowski goes wide left to right. On the left side is McGowan. Howard Strickland inside the 40-yard line around the 36, but he'll miss the first down by a yard to a yard and a half. There she is, Miss Grey Cup, 1977. Bundled up nice and warm next to our Prime Minister and the CFL Commissioner, Jake Goodor. CFL President Bill Hudson. The seasoned veteran Tom Wilkinson failed to direct the Eskimos to a first down. It's a yard and a half on 3rd. Dave Cutler with all kinds of range by his standards from the 45-yard line. And he's got it. The man who kicked 50 regular season field goals brings the Eskimos once again to within a touchdown of Montreal at 13-6.
Don, it never ceases to amaze me to watch Cutler kick that ball. He kicked it from almost 45 yards and had a good 10 yards into that end zone, but the height he gets with it is just amazing. He gets that ball up in the air with the distance.
You know, Russ, one of the amazing stats about Dave Cutler's this year, everybody's talking about his 50 field goals, but his dad told me up in Edmonton last week, he kicked 18 of them 48 yards or longer.
Not much room inside there around the 36-yard line for Belton. It's going to be second down, about 8.5 yards to go, Montreal, as they lead 13-6. 3 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second, 3 so far in the third. The Eskimos, a field goal by Cutler in each of the second and third quarters. We are about midway through the third. Wade getting out of that pocket, room to throw. It is no good. Gaddis could not gather in that low pass near center field.
Well, that's another time Sonny Wade got out in the pocket with that pressure coming straight on, and he had a lot of room to run that time, probably for the first down with 2 blockers out in front of him. That time Gaddis, the ball bounced to him, and even with a glove, he wouldn't have been able to hang on to that one.
So it becomes 3rd down. 8.5 yards to go. The punter is Sonny Wade. The receiver's back near the Eskimo 20-yard line. Down at the 30 for Butler. Challenge shut him off, and then he got some support, and he's taken down. Vernon Perry came in to back him up, and the Eskimos will start deep inside the 25. And this is Grey Cup 1977.
If you wear prescription glasses, you know protecting your eyes from the sun can be a real problem. Clip-ons let light shine right in from the sides, and prescription sunglasses cost a fortune. Now there's a better solution. Introducing HD Vision Wraparounds. They're lightweight sunglasses that wrap around your prescription lenses, and they feature our unique HD Vision technology that gives you clarity and enhanced color like you've never experienced before. Just like high-definition revolutionized TV, HD lenses enhance your vision and produce unsurpassed clarity and optical definition. And when you see the color and clarity, you will truly be amazed.
It's the colors, everything's just so vivid. It makes things seem almost brighter.
You know what? These are great, and they are so clear.
These glasses look like really designed sunglasses, and they can start at $200 and go up to $400 or $500.
The color and clarity are amazing.
HD Vision Wraparounds have a modern European styling that looks great, and yet they're durable. You could spend more money, but you can't get better sunglasses.
I love them. Where can I buy them?
On this special TV offer, you can get your HD Vision Wraparounds for the incredible price of just $29.95. We'll also include our patented visor clip for your car. At $10 value, yours free. But wait, call right now and we'll also include our night vision wraparounds. Perfect for driving at night. They cut the glare of oncoming headlights but enhance your ability to see everything else. And they're yours free. Just pay shipping and handling. Every pair comes with our 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not completely blown away, return them for a full refund. Enhance your vision with high-definition color and clarity. Don't wait. Call now.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
Dave Cutler, 2 field goals. That one a long one. You've been kicking well, but you haven't had the opportunity yet to really do too much.
Well, Don, we've got to score a touchdown pretty quick. You know, we're right back in this ball game now, and you know, we think we can come back, and it's, you know, we got the ball club to do it. They're great, but I think we're better.
Dave, you kicked that one 15 yards over the crossbar. I think you were quite interested in that to find out just what range you might be able to be good from.
Well, we're going into the wind right now. There's a slight wind down here, and we're going into it, so we have to know how much we can gauge on it.
Glenn Weir has got Wilkinson down inside the 10-yard line. And that aggressive Montreal defense just keeps coming and coming. Second sack of Wilkie. Here it is.
Well, little hand fake by Tom, number 23, Santucci, but 64, Glenn Weir just beat Eric Upton in there and chased Wilkie down before he could get set up to throw the ball downfield, putting Edmonton in bad field position inside their 10-yard line.
A 12-yard loss makes it 2nd and 22 at the 9. McGowan left with Warrington. Konahowski on the right side. It is up for grabs. And incomplete as Rhino was tracking down Konahowski, along with Dickie Harris, who's a little slow getting up.
Tell you, Don, that would have been almost as good as a punt anyway had Harris picked the ball off.
Well, in isolation, we see Konahowski going downfield, and Harris covering him well now, turns around, has excellent position on him there, just inside him, running downfield, staying in front of him, being able to adjust to come back to that ball.
I think Rhino inadvertently cost him the interception.
Quite possibly.
This is 3rd down. Hank Illicit from the Eskimo end zone to punt. He booms it out well near midfield. Dickie Harris brings it back about 9 near the 46-yard line. And they give him the 47. Laverano was there to make the tackle, along with Ian Bryan. 45-yard punt into that win.
Isolation, number 7, Pete Laverano coming downfield here. Davis trying to keep up with him and block him, but just good hustle on his part as he slips. Harris slips. He comes back and makes the initial tackle. Helped by number 34, Ian Bryant.
First down, Montreal, the Eskimo 47. Fake to Belton, and wide open is John O'Leary. At the 15-yard line. And Kepley finally caught up with him, but it's a big Montreal first down and a gain of 32.
Well, one of those plays that the Alouettes have used very successfully with John O'Leary this year. Not only has he been running the ball well for them, but he comes out of that backfield and gets open in that flat area, makes an easy over-the-shoulder catch, and Gaddis doing a good job of blocking on number 29, Joe Holman, downfield to allow him to get 5 or 6 extra yards. John O'Leary, a good pass receiver.
Wade with time, pumps it into the end zone. No, just off the fingertips of Peter Dallariva. He made a catch not unlike the one he lunged for right there in the Eastern Final against the Ottawa Rough Riders. That was simply too far for him.
I'll tell you, just an excellent job by that offensive line of the Montreal Alouettes. They brought all the linebackers from the Edmonton Eskimos again, and Dallariva was man-to-man coverage, and he was open, just a little bit overthrown.
This is second down. Wade asking the crowd to settle down so his players could hear the signal. Everybody in motion left.
Look out.
Big charge on him. He had to throw it away before he was ready in the end zone. Boone was coming and took Sonny Wade down just as the ball was released, with Kepley there as well.
Don, that seems to be the only time they can get decent pressure on Sonny Wade is when they bring those linebackers.
Frank, you want to sing along here?
I guess something about old dogs and children. I can't sing that to a banjo. Give me a guitar in there.
Well, you forgot your hat.
Sonny Wade is 13 for 26. 50% of his passes have been good for 237.
That's a good afternoon on a day like this, Don.
And it's still early. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Don Sweet counting heads. This could be a Grey Cup record 5th field goal.
He keeps going. He could kick 11 of them. Match his number.
From the 23. There it is. A record 5th field goal in a single Grey Cup game for Don Sweet. The Alouettes go on top by a score of 16-6, a 10-point lead, something they enjoyed until the last couple of minutes of the second quarter when Cutler kicked his first.
Russ, the Edmonton Eskimos are certainly having all kinds of problems offensively. You're an ex-quarterback. What do you think they should be trying to do right now?
Well, I think they have to try and break down that defensive secondary a little bit, the linebackers, because Montreal has been able to basically come in with their 4-man rush and not have to bring their linebackers to put some pressure on. And if they can start completing a few in that secondary, they might force them to bring some linebackers to give them a few more holes to throw that ball into. But as long as they can't complete those passes, that 4-man rush is going to make it difficult for him to complete too many.
They're certainly really hurt without the great running back Jim Germany in the ballgame.
Here's Sweet's kick. Down for Holloman on the run, the 30-yard line. Into a crowd, and he's taken down short of the 45. They'll go from near the 42-yard line while they get set for the first down. Let's check in with Bill Stevenson.
All right, and we'll check in with John Beaton, the former Edmonton Eskimo, now Montreal Alouette on the injured side. John, you're a defensive back. In a field such as this one, who has the advantage now, the receivers or the defensive backs?
I would think the receivers would have the advantage, but the way the game has been going so far today, I think actually our defensive backs compared to Edmonton defensive backs having a better day, really.
All right, let's go upstairs to Don. Thank you, John.
There it is, another turnover. The 50-yard line. The 11th turnover, and we had certainly had our share this afternoon.
Angelo Santucci carrying that ball, having come in for the injured Jim Germany. Gets hit as he gains about 5 or 6 yards. Going through the line here off tackle. The ball comes loose. Number 77, Ayu, 64, Weir. There's a pile of them in there looking for that ball with number 23, Tony Proudfoot, coming up with it.
Montreal from the Edmonton 50. There's a strike to Gaddis. He'll go out of bounds at the 30-yard line with a 20-yard gain and a Montreal first down.
Don, I'm just impressed with the way Sonny Wade is playing right now because he's mixing up the straight drop-back pass and the sprint-out pass, and this causes a lot of pressure. On isolation, Gaddis going downfield, pushing number 29, Joe Holloman, off, but the ball was delivered right on time by Wade. Holloman giving him that couple of yard cushion, but the ball's there, not allowing him to come back.
You notice how those pass defenders, when they try to stop in reaction to the stop made by the receiver, are a good second away from recovering their footing once again. That's happening time and time again. Larry Smith will take it down for about 3 near the 27. The play had been whistled dead when the ball came loose. It'll be a 3-yard gain.
Don, as I was saying, that sprint out with the drop back is giving Sonny Wade the protection that you need on a day like this, because we were down there, as you know, before the game, and we were trying to run on that field and drop back, and it was very difficult, and you have to get that extra little time to get set up, and Wade is getting that opportunity where the Edmonton quarterbacks have not had that.
You and Frank look like speed skaters trying to walk around down there.
I wasn't dropping back to throw like that.
Second down. 7.5 to go. Peter Della Riva at the 6-yard line. Ed Jones made a good tackle and saved the touchdown after Della Riva beat him on the pass.
Well, Ed Jones didn't get any help from anybody downfield because number 7, Pete Laverado, the free safety, was coming on a blitz, and this created the problem. And we'll be back with Grey Cup 77 in just a moment.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Putty. The easy way to fix, fill, and seal virtually anything fast and make it last. Mighty Putty is not a glue, but a super-powered epoxy that you can mold to any shape and apply directly to most any surface for an everlasting bond. Ordinary epoxies are a mixing mess. With Mighty Putty, you just cut like dough, simply need to activate, apply, and let dry. It has the muscle to support up to 350 pounds. Rebuild the damaged tool to work like new, or make car repairs and save money. Drills, bolts, and screws can ruin your project. With Mighty Putty, you just cut, activate, and apply. Here's something you can't do with glue. Mighty Putty seals leaks instantly. Use it on pipes and faucets for a permanent seal. As you need, it activates, turning from green to white to show it's ready to hold on tight. It has the strength to pull this fully loaded 80,000-pound tractor trailer. Now that's the power of Mighty Putty. Whether it's tile to wood, metal to glass, any job, big or small, Mighty Putty repairs them all. Fill cracks in ceilings, walls, and floors. Mold it to furniture, sand and paint for a seamless repair. And it's ideal for all your crafting projects. There's nothing you can't do with Mighty Putty.
Call now and we'll send you 2 powerful sticks of Mighty Putty for only $29.95. But through this exclusive TV offer, we'll double it and send you 2 more sticks free. Mighty Putty will pay for itself the very first time.
But I'm not done yet. Call right now and I'll triple the offer.
And send you 6 sticks of Mighty Putty for the same low price of $29.95. Order now. Call the number on your screen to get in on this powerful Mighty Putty triple offer. Don't miss out. Pick up the phone and call now.
And there's an important fact. 7 turnovers by the Eskimos, 4 by the Alouettes today. Montreal first and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Fake to O'Leary. And the pass unable to bring it in. Peter Della Riva. Ed Jones knocked it away. Don Sweet with all 16 points today. If you're wondering what the Grey Cup record is, it's 22 set by Jim Van Pelt of Winnipeg. And so Sweet's within range.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Don. That's an ex-Winnipeg Blue Bomber, of course. And you saw Montreal try that play earlier in the first half with Smith trying to throw back to Wade. That's how Van Pelt scored.
There's the touchdown for De La Riva.
He can throw the ball enough times to number 74, Peter De La Riva, on isolation. He just goes over the goal line, runs a little out pattern, and number 24, Ed Jones, just was nowhere near him. And again, Sonny Wade getting that outstanding protection from his offensive line and having lots of time and throwing the ball on time.
The first touchdown between these two teams since the second quarter of the 74 game.
Again received. Wade going back. We see no immediate pressure. Steps it into the pocket, and De La Riva has it.
Don Sweet has the point after. Montreal now leading Edmonton 23-6. 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
On isolation again, Wade going back, and we notice that the protection, he has all kinds of time. We keep repeating that because I think that has been the difference, and I think the idea of Wade sprinting out has taken some of that pressure off when he drops straight back. And Peter De La Riva, outstanding Canadian player, making that touchdown catch.
Frank, I'm sure you'll agree, Jones has done a pretty fair job of covering him. He just couldn't get to him that time.
Well, I think we saw the advantage, Don, particularly on that replay from the end zone that the offensive back has over the, the offensive receiver has over the defensive back. De La Riva didn't really make a great move, and that's perfectly all right because he doesn't want to plant that foot down in that icy end zone either. He just couldn't be covered by Jones because he knows where he's going.
The Eskimos are into a deep hole now, trailing by 17 at 23-6. And even the cheerleaders are sitting down for a moment, reflecting on the situation.
You can tell who she's cheering for, or wants to cheer for.
They'll give her a chance. She'll be glad to get up and do the cheer. Here is Don Sweet kicking off. Holloman at the 5-yard line. Smith made the first contact, Moffat the second. They got some help, and the play's all over the 26-yard line for Holloman. Just over 2 minutes until the end of the third quarter.
Now, part of this capacity crowd here at the Olympic Stadium, if they're cheering for the Alouettes, enjoying this ball game very much this afternoon.
Well, you must give these people credit. People last night were saying as many as 20,000 might not use their tickets. It's so bitterly cold here, but most have turned up. Leimerman lost the ball. It is recovered by the Eskimos. Gordon Judges was groping for it, and that is Willie Martin. Well, those frostbitten fingers of his just getting his hand on it to save the Eskimos right there.
Don, you mentioned Willie Martin's frostbitten fingers, and I looked at him at practice this week. They were really, really bad. Of course, they were frostbitten in that game against the BC Lions, and boy, he might be in real trouble after this ball game.
For George McGowan, there's a collision as Harris went up with him to reach for the ball. No penalty was called. And it goes now to third down Eskimos and 20 yards to go.
George McGowan going and working against a real good halfback, and Dickie Harris throws it actually over the outside shoulder, and McGowan seemed to look back to the inside for it.
The Eskimos just can't seem to put it together. Minute 15 seconds left in the third quarter. 23-6 Montreal. Hank Illicek getting set to punt. His 7th of the day. Good and high for Randy Rhino. Rhino, look out! At the 10-yard line. Lost the ball. It's picked up by Montreal. The Alouettes are at the 10-yard line with the first down. Dan Kepley hit him and jarred the ball loose. But Barry Ardern, I believe, was there to recover.
I don't know what Randy Rhino is wearing on his feet today, but he's had a lot of success running back those punts this afternoon.
A 49-yard return right there by Rhino.
Well, Rhino taking that punt now, and he finds the opening right here. And then going downfield, pushing Zapek out of the way, gets past Laverato. And number 26 trying to grab him, and this time Olesic tries to make the hit. But it's Kepley that actually makes the tackle.
Just tipped away in the end zone. Waiting for it was Larry Smith. It'll be second down from just inside the 10. In fact, they cannot get a first down without scoring a touchdown from this point of scrimmage. The minute flag is up. Clock shows 35 seconds of third quarter playing time remaining. It's 23-6 right now for Montreal. This is second down. John O'Leary walks in for the touchdown. And it's 29-6.
Well, Sonny Way throwing the screen out to the right, and Kepley, number 42, really got hit by Wayne Conrad out here. Right there, just out of your screen, right there. Kepley goes down with Conrad really drilling him. And O'Leary just walks into the end zone for this second touchdown, giving the Alouettes a commanding 29-6 lead at this time.
Marv Levy has got to be a happy head coach. Don Sweet will attempt his 18th point of this game. And now the Alouettes lead by the measure of 24 points at 30-6. Don Point now. Don Sweet has a Grey Cup record for points scored, by the way. He scored 40 in his 3 Grey Cup appearances. And with 18 seconds left in the third quarter, there is the score.
A very happy Alouette bench as the offense comes off, and happy cheerleaders out there. And I'm sure a lot of people, not too many people, expected a game like this with the Alouettes dominating so much throughout the entire ballgame.
Well, they got to keep the circulation going in those legs of these athletes. Bob Gaddis getting some warning at the Alouette bench with some liniment to warm him up. 18 seconds left. The Eskimos and their supporters are a dismayed lot right now, to say the least. That is Holloman from the 7-yard line. They reverse to Larry Highball.
Look out.
Highball unable to get any footing at all is rolled back by Dickie Harris from the 35-yard line. That is where the Eskimos will have their first down. Brought him back 25 yards, but he never did get solid footing, even though a huge opening appeared before him.
Well, Sweet kicking that ball away from Highball afternoon. This time it gained to number 29 Holloman, and they try this reverse, but he's almost running on eggs here. He just can't cut in there once you get the opportunity. And Dickie Harris, who plays well defensively, just stood him straight up and pushed him back.
Lemmerman is back in at quarterback. A draw play to Angelo Santucci, and the Alouette defense is everywhere. Wally Buono, the right side linebacker, number 39, made the hit on Santucci. And the gain is going to be about a yard, if that. So that is the end of quarter number 3. This is Grey Cup 77 from Montreal.
Hey, sorry I spilled coffee in your new car the other day.
It's okay.
Is that a voodoo doll?
Yeah. Doesn't work, though.
You'll get passionate about 3 Nissans for under $15,000, like the Sentra, now only $14,998. See Nissan.ca for details.
You know, that place where a little bundle of joy meets, it's not just about me anymore.
When life changes, State Farm is there to help you plan ahead and protect what matters most.
Talk to an agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time to vote.
These 4 outstanding coaches are vying for the title of Chunky MVC Most Valuable Coach. Stephen Burke, Paracycling, Calgary, Alberta. Larry Harlow, Women's Football, St. John, New Brunswick.
Corey Robinson, Wrestling, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
And Bob Clark, Girls Basketball, Toronto, Ontario. Go to tsn.ca/chunky to vote now, and you could win a year's supply of Campbell's Chunky Soup. Real food, recommended by real coaches.
Here at our remote test facility, we put the Nissan Altima through over 5,000 extreme tests to help ensure long-lasting quality and durability. Of course, you'd never treat yours that way, right?
Sorry.
Get more Nissan for your money, like the Altima. Now only $23,198 with 0% financing for 36 months. Plus, don't pay for 90 days. See Nissan.ca for details.
From snowy Montreal, Quebec, the Olympic Stadium, Don Chevrier with Russ Jackson, Frank Rigney, Don Whitman, and Bill Stevenson as we go to the fourth quarter of the 1977 Grey Cup game. And the Montreal Alouettes in the third quarter finally got all the points. They were in position to score in the first half for their domination of the Eskimos. And hold it, fella, it's not that warm here. Obviously, he has a separate heat source. Internal combustion. Lang down there at the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36. From Lemmerman, the pass, and the Eskimos now finally may have something going. Randy Rhino was the defender who made the tackle for the Alouettes.
Oh, Bruce Lemmerman just throwing that up for grabs again, covered by Dwayne Crump, number 27, but Lang just makes a good reception, taking it away from Crump.
Lang, their big receiver in the Western Final, and really a surprise for the Eskimos. Look at the total offense. To the sideline, and it's picked off out there. Vernon Perry, a block away from a touchdown.
Look out.
Now Strickland brings him down at the 7-yard line. The pass, I think, was intended for Karnahowski, but that's dangerous territory out there, and Perry picked it off.
Lemmerman just trying to throw a simple out to the outside over there, and Vernon Perry, number 37, who's noted for his hitting and has led the CFL East in interceptions this year, picked it off and brought it back to the 7-yard line where the Alouettes are knocking on the door again.
A 71-yard interception return. It is first and touchdown to go.
There's no pressure.
Chasing Wade. How do they rule it?
It's a touchdown.
Touchdown. Bob Gaddis, I think, gathered it in. And the Alouettes increase their lead early in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's one touchdown. There's some happy fans out there, but that's one touchdown you can't blame the defensive backs for. Again, no pressure on number 14, Sonny Wade, allowing him to roll out of the pocket, giving Gaddis time to move around in the end zone, and he just caught that ball over the goal line. Wade dropping straight back here in the 4-man rush, being blocked well. Randall forcing his man Boone inside, then he slipped. Gaddis is working in the end zone, comes back and makes the catch for the touchdown. You can't give a quarterback that much time. Johnny who?
I think he means Rogers. 36-6. The point after by Don Sweet is good. 37-6. There's the Grey Cup. It appears it'll be staying right here in Montreal. Sonny Wade now 18 of 32 for 306 passing yards.
Now from ground level, after Wade had scrambled out of the pocket, we see the pass just thrown to Gaddis just inside the goal line, and there was some hesitation there as to whether it was a touchdown or not. Bob Gaddis, who caught that pass that put Hamilton Tiger Cats out of the playoffs, is having just one fine afternoon here in his first Grey Cup appearance.
A minute and 15 seconds into the fourth quarter. And I'm sure that no one could have forecast with any degree of believability the events that have taken place here this afternoon. 37-6 Montreal over Edmonton. The Eskimos coming off a 38-0 win and a 38-1 win in their last two Western games. Bad bounce past Harriman. It'll go into the end zone. He and Highbaugh will give up a single point right there. Now, DeTelio's claiming it should be 2 points. The official holding up one finger. DeTelio claiming the ball was touched and sent back by an Eskimo into the end zone, but no, it's a single point, and it's going to be 38-6.
Well, this time Holloman not quite getting up to field that ball. It bounced in front of him and then went into the end zone. And a good play by Highbaugh here, coming in and just falling on that ball rather than trying to run it up maybe to the 1 or 2 yard line.
I don't think DeTelio should be too unhappy they only gave him the 1 point off.
I don't think it's a key point or the turning point in this ballgame.
Not right now, Frank. Draw play, Angelo Santucci is met by Chuck Zapek around the 38-yard line. There's a penalty marker down, though. The gain would be 3-4. Let's bring in Don Whitman.
You know, it may be cold down on the sidelines, but it isn't too unpleasant when you have such charming companions. And I've decided that I'd like to hear what these Edmonton cheerleaders have to say, despite the fact that you're behind 38-6. Little cheer, girls.
They're going to have to go a long way at 38-6.
And especially with that illegal procedure penalty they just called against them, giving now a 1st and 15.
From the 30-yard line. Lemmerman is to the ball away. Warrington was in the area. It's ruled incomplete, but the Alouettes dropped back that time, and then everybody covered.
Well, he got out of the pocket that time after a little pressure and was trying to hit Don Warrington, but Chuck Zapek, number 76, just had Warrington covered out there. Warrington couldn't move away from him, and he certainly just threw that ball into the ground. Much happier cheerleader there than we saw with Don Whitman.
It's funny how the score influences how cold people feel or how warm they feel, depending on where you stand and which side you're on.
I'm about as frozen as my telestrator right now, Donnie.
Second down and 15. Letterman slipping, and then Junior Ayu will throw him down.
Well, when it goes bad for you, it just continuously goes bad. And Don, you're exactly right. Lemmerman setting up the pass. The back foot slipped out from underneath him, and he was sacked. You might not see it from this particular angle, but just as he planted that back foot to throw the ball, no way he could throw it, and Ayu sacked him, pushing them back to the 16-yard line.
A warm greeting, an aloha from Hawaii from Junior Ayu.
And he
will
can
be heading there, I think, probably tonight.
I would think so, if he's smart. He might wait to pick up his check.
Ah, yes, the beaches of Waikiki are beckoning. Third down. Dickie Harris jumps over the first wave, and Towns has him across center field about the 53-yard line. 38-6, the Alouettes lead. 12:44 to play in the game. This is Grey Cup 77.
Hi, it's Vince with ShamWow. You'll be saying wow every time you use this towel. It's like a chamois, it's like a towel, it's like a sponge. A regular towel doesn't work wet. This works wet or dry. This is for the house, the car, the boat, the RV. ShamWow holds 12 times its weight in liquid. Look at this. It just does the work. Why do you want to work twice as hard? Doesn't drip. Doesn't make a mess. Wring it out. You wash it in the washing machine. Made in Germany. You know the Germans always make good stuff. You can cut it in half. Use one as a bath mat. Drain your dishes with the other one. Use one as a towel. Olympic divers, they use it as a towel. Look at that, completely dry. Put a wet sweater, roll it up. It dries your sweaters. Here's some cola. Wine, coffee, cola, pet stains. Not only is the damage going to be on top, there's your mildew. That is going to smell. See that? The most observed. We're going to do this in real time. Look at this. Put on the spill, turn it over without even putting any pressure. 50% of the cola right there. You follow me, camera guy? The other 50%, the color starts to come up. No other towel is going to do that. It acts like a vacuum. And look at this, virtually dry on the bottom. See what I'm telling you? Sham wow, you'll be saying wow every time.
I can't live without it. I just love it.
Oh my gosh, I don't even buy paper towels anymore.
If you're going to wash your cars or any kind of vehicle, you'd be out of your mind not to own one of these.
All I can say is sham wow.
You're going to spend $20 every month on paper towels anyway. You're throwing your money away. The mini Sham Wows are for everything, for everyday use. This lasts 10 years. This lasts a week. I don't know, it sells itself. The Sham Wow sells for $19.95, but you get one for the house, one for the car, two for the kitchen and bathroom. But if you call now, within the next 20 minutes, because we can't do this all day, we'll give you a second set absolutely free. So that's 8 Sham Wows for $19.95. Comes with a 10-year warranty. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-280-9519. That's 1-800-280-9519. ShamWow is not available in stores and is made in Germany. Beware of ShamWow imitators. Call 1-800-280-9519. That's 1-800-280-9519. Call now.
Out comes Dan Yoakum. Sonny Wade has gone all the way at quarterback, pitching to Belton, and he will be close to a first down. They may mark him a little short at the Eskimo 25. That'll really indicates about that much. It'll be, I would suspect, Alouette choices for the outstanding players of this game, but those choices may be very, very difficult to make.
I think the Alouettes are going to go for this on third down. That shows you just how much coaches are concerned with records. Don Sweet is not going to get a chance to try the Grey Cup record right here.
They might not know about the record either.
Right.
First down it is. John O'Leary sliding through to about the 18. He's had a fine day.
Well, a lot of these Alouettes, as we see the Alouette offensive line come off the ball there. Number 28, Greg Butler, tried to come in and turn the play inside, but the offensive left side of Yoakum and Watron had moved Este and Fennell off the line of scrimmage to allow O'Leary to get the first down with plenty to spare.
O'Leary now has come out. Ian Mofford is in the ball game for Montreal on first down. And he went down as the pass arrived. It sailed over his head.
Well, Mofford, number 10, and 55 Randall got tangled up with each other there. Randall went down as though he was blocking Boone, allowing him to penetrate on Wade, and then as he threw the ball out over top, he fell over Randall. And we see Don Sweet on the sideline, and he's thinking about maybe next time I would be in there again. And he's been hot.
He may not be aware of a record opportunity.
Well, if he's looking at the scoreboard at all, he has to be flashed up there every 3 minutes.
He wouldn't be looking up there.
Belton, about the 13-yard line. He'll be halfway to a first down or better. Dale Potter met him. 8 minutes and 54 seconds remaining now. 38-6 for Montreal. And Don Sweet is going to get his opportunity. Third down and 5. He is going for his 6th field goal of the day. He's already broken the single-game record. This for the all-time one-game scoring record in a Grey Cup game. And that also is his. Number 11, Don Sweet, now has scored 23 of Montreal's 41 points this afternoon.
That's a fair afternoon's work, Don. When you can score 23 points, some of us never scored that many in our career.
Now, who are you looking at, Russ?
Me? But that's some afternoon when you can kick so consistently, especially on the surface like this, where there always is that concern of sliding and losing your footing when you're kicking those field goals and also the punts.
And of course, he's only missed one all day, and he didn't miss that one by very much. And kicked it deep into the end zone, which gave them a 1-point play on the missed field goal.
8 minutes and 34 seconds remaining, and the result of this Grey Cup game has been decided many, many minutes ago. Montreal, with their dominance physically on the field over the Eskimos in the first half, and their frustration in not scoring more than 10 points, exploding in the third quarter to seemingly put this Grey Cup away.
And the big thing, Don, in that first half, they got all those turnovers and couldn't turn those into touchdowns. They have not got the turnovers in the second half, but have done it by themselves.
From the 35, Sweet's kickoff is not deep. Angelo Santucci coming up with it. Good run back by Santucci across center field. He's taken down by Dickie Harris inside the 50-yard line.
I think that's been the best offensive weapon that the Edmonton Eskimos have been able to muster, and that's Santucci's running back those kickoffs. And there we see, framed in the dome of the Olympiad here, the Big O, the Grey Cup, which they are playing for, and certainly is going to stay here in the East again this year.
John O'Leary cheering that Montreal defense on right now as Lemmerman flares it out to Strickland. And he's out of room at the 45-yard line. The game's going to be about 6. And let's check in once again with Bill Stevenson.
Thank you, Don. This is Max Huber, the big offensive lineman who should be in a hospital today, who was scheduled to be operated on yesterday, but the doctor got busy, and so he's watching the game. And Max, that offensive line has played magnificent.
We're doing a heck of a job against what's supposed to be a really good defensive line. But the offense is just doing a job today on them.
And look at the teammates of yours behind us. They're just 9 miles high now.
That's right. We're all high. We're all happy as can be.
Thank you very much, Max Huber. And back now to Don Chevrier.
All right, Bill. Again, a Montreal defense denying the first down, it would appear. Angelo Santucci got to about the 43. Had to be at the 41 and a half. Zapek made contact with him.
You know, Don,
Davis was there. Sorry,
excuse me, before this ball game started, I thought maybe there wouldn't be 23 points scored by both teams, let alone one guy, after looking at those field conditions. What an afternoon Don Sweet has had.
Well, you were right in the first half on that theory as well. Strickland is stacked up. I do not believe the Eskimos have made the first down. Their defense has that on the field. Strickland met by Tony Proudfoot. And we see our friends from Newfoundland are well represented here this afternoon.
Free advertisement there. But this is just indicative of how well the Montreal team has played this afternoon, stopping on that third down situation. And we'll return to Montreal with Grey Cup 77 after this.
Try our hearty breakfast omelet sandwich on oven-baked bread with fresh brewed coffee and golden hash browns. A masterpiece of great taste. Subway. Think fresh, eat fresh.
Hi, LL Cool J.
That was me, LL Cool J. Before I started using Stride from Old Spice. Now look at me.
Feel protected by TD Insurance. People go out of their way to feel protected. With TD Insurance, you don't have to worry. Because we make it easy to protect yourself from the accidents of life. Get the insurance you need from the people you trust. TD Insurance.
24 seconds. Santucci. He's down around the 35-yard line. 3 away from the first down by Gordon Judges. And the Eskimos are huddling quickly. Ribbons can't get it again. 2 defenders. Harris and Proudfoot on him. 12 seconds left. Well, we got some fans coming out of the end zone, and the security people are trying to get them out of there to get this game finished so that Montreal can be presented with the Grey Cup. It's 12 seconds of playing time away. Flag is dropped. McGowan has the ball. Crump finally has him with a little help. A good shot there from Perry, I think it was, coming through. 4 seconds remaining, but a penalty flag had been thrown.
Now we'll wait and listen for this one, Don, see what happens. But these Alouette supporters are letting their team know exactly what they think of them, and it's got to be a great feeling for the Alouette team. We're holding their hands up in the air now to play in the Grey Cup, the first one here in Montreal since 1969, and to win it so convincingly.
Alouettes led 10-3 at halftime. And they had racked up 31 points to the Eskimos 3. There's an illegal procedure call. And unnecessary roughness against Montreal. The procedure, of course, against the Eskimos. So they'll subtract, take it out of the 45-yard line for what should be the final play of the Grey Cup game. One final shot by Leverman. And it is complete. Stu Lang, and time is up. That's it. The game is over, and the Montreal Alouettes at home in the Olympic Stadium have won the 1977 Grey Cup 41-6 over the Western champions, the Edmonton Eskimos.
Well, I see Glenn Weir and Barry Randall working their way to the presentation stand, representing the Alouettes as the captains. And they've known that for some time, that they were going to be making that trek, because it's just been a Montreal afternoon.
The most lopsided Grey Cup victory in 32 years since 1945 has gone to the Alouettes with a tremendous second-half performance. There's Randall, the offensive captain, Cornell, the defensive captain. Sam Berger, a very happy man with Randall on his right, the owner, Jake Gador, the CFL commissioner. And we're getting ready for the presentation of the Grey Cup.
And you mentioned Sam Berger, Don, a man you have to give a lot of credit to. He kept football alive here when they were struggling at the Autostad with poor crowds, and he certainly has been rewarded here this afternoon as the presentation is being made.
Gador, the commissioner, Bill Hodgson, the league president, hand the Grey Cup over to Cornell and Barry Randall. There they are.
So the staples worked as the Alouettes routed the Eskimos in front of a Grey Cup record crowd of over 68,000. It was the Alouettes' third championship of the 70s, but for the Eskimos, it marked their fourth loss in 5 trips to the final since 1960. Al's quarterback, Sonny Wade, was named the offensive player of the game after completing 22 of 40 for 340 yards and 3 touchdowns. Montreal had a total offense of 424 yards and made 21 first downs, while the Eskimos, well, they were held to just 102 yards, and they turned the ball over 10 times. No doubt, the staples in the Alouettes' footwear gave them the competitive edge, and as it turned out, probably one of the most clever ploys in Grey Cup history. A definite Grey Cup classic. Here, where else? On ESPN Classic.